Alright, so I'm going to make a video about what do I want in life, because I've been... Wait. Alright, I pulled it up. So, Universe, well, Universe is her, she had these couple of TikToks that, I don't know, I found interesting. In this one, she talks about how she makes decisions, and it's like about seeing someone's quality or something like that. Like, I guess someone talked about it being, well, not someone, Hamish, concretely, talked about it being about NPCs and all that. And she said kind of yes and kind of no, as in NPCs in her own game, but maybe not in their own, which I thought was an interesting view. That's essentially the sum up of this video. And then in this comment section, it doesn't show here on the computer, but on the phone you can see the video replies as well. And in the video replies, she has this video reply where she wanted to get at like the bottom of this kind of what do you know what you want and all that stuff.
How do you know when a thing is what you want? Okay, my question is, how do you know what you want? How do you know when a thing is what you want, and how do you know when it's what you don't want? Like, what does that qualitatively feel like? Do you have a sense of that? Like, do you... Yeah.
And actually, I was, I think, browsing TikTok on my phone, like walking, and I saw this one first, like out of context, and I was like, oh, nice. And I was like, what the fuck do I want? And I made a Google Keep note. I made a Google Keep note. I was walking, so I wasn't like paying attention to like if I had caps lock on or whatever. So yeah, I wrote like, what do I actually want? So to like make this video. So yeah, because lately, coincidentally, I've been writing kind of a lot of tweets about stuff that I want. So yeah, I was going to scroll all over it, but I have them here. Yeah, this one was kind of like, I guess the start of it, like the 31st of August is Thursday. So yeah, on Thursday, and from Thursday on, I started like tweeting these things randomly. I'm not sure why, but yeah, I was like, this is basically Spanish for I want to party, I guess. Because I was feeling like, hearing like this party music and all that was kind of reminding me of that. And even though I'm not like a party boy or whatever, yeah, I kind of wanted to bring that vibe back on, I guess. Then I watched a really good movie called Drive My Car, and yeah, I was like, I need to get this car expeditiously. So basically, I want this car, right? Then a tweet saying I really want to write these these things to other people, and sorry, so the audio gets better. Then I posted this about wanting to eat sushi, and then kind of more things on that. Then another tweet about wanting to, I just want to, so more wanting to do stuff, right? And yeah, I thought it was like interesting that I was tweeting so much about stuff that I want to do, or like I wonder how many years of alpha there are in like I flew to X. So like, for example, I was thinking kind of this tweet, right? I flew to Japan just to get great sushi, right? So, and the video being just doing that thing for a video. That's like the point. And I wondered like how many more years of alpha there is in that, right? Because right now, if you do that and put that in the title, people are going to be like, whoa, that's crazy, you spent all that money on that. And because it doesn't make sense on like, first impression, even though it probably is a good business strategy on the long term, like if you can sustain the initial cost of that, right? So I wonder when people are going to catch on to that, right? Like when it's going to stop being that impactful that the title makes sense, right? Because that's going to happen eventually. People are going to get tired of that. And even though I would like to do that, it probably will eventually not be worth it as much as right now. But yeah, I was thinking of that, and then let's see. Oh, and then I had this thing, which is like kind of subtext of wanting stuff, right? It's basically, I want something to change. I wonder if incremental change will lead to this something changing thing happening, right? So I wanted to like figure out what the fuck do I want. And I'm going to use this video as like, I guess, a stepping stone or something like that. I started writing on here some things. So yeah, maybe, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I wanted to like go over these and maybe plug them into like over these tweets and plug them into here to like see where each one like fits into, I guess, right? So for example, the first one, party, this goes into this. Well, I don't, maybe I should make myself smaller. This, right? So maybe this one would go into here, right? Into this experienced, no, party stuff. Like, oh yeah, and I started, yeah, writing some of the things that I want. Yeah, for example, what do you want in life? And I started with the physical, like very, very down, well, very low level, I guess, very like myself. And yeah, I was like posture. But what does that look like? Because I wanted to like make it more granular and like more specific or like more smart goals or whatever, right? Yeah, these specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound goals or something like that. Maybe not time-bound or whatever, but kind of, yeah, kind of like that, right? Like what, like specific enough so that I can say, oh, okay, this is actually a goal. And I guess then like saying what's the excuse not to do that goal, right? What's my current excuse for being like, fuck it, no, I'm not improving this right now, right? So yeah, this is like, okay, posture. The first thing I thought of is like, I want good posture, but what does that look like? What does good posture mean? And I'm like, probably like, I don't know. I feel like my neck is like too much like that, and when I like, I don't know, and like my back kind of stretches, like arches. I don't know. I'm not sure how to explain it. I guess that's one problem. But yeah, I guess I have bad posture and I don't want it. But like, it's probably not a quick thing. It's not probably a one single thing. So yeah, no, I said, yeah, probably one of the things is that I don't have enough back muscles, but I'm not sure, right? This is the thing. It's like, but actually, I'm not sure about that. Maybe it doesn't have anything to do with this. I'm not a back and neck expert, shaking my head. Not a quick thing, even if it was. Yeah, right? So maybe it's that. If it is, which I'm not sure if it even will be, so I'm not sure if I should be like thinking about this, then this tweet comes to fruition, right? I'm wondering if incremental change that leads to incredible outcomes is real, right? It's like, is the way just doing small back exercises or like back strengthening exercises, or like, what the fuck do I have to do for like to achieve the incredible outcome? Because I want just the incredible outcome, right? It's not like my back hurts a lot or something like that. I guess sometimes my back hurts a little bit or something like that, but it's like, I could live with this. It will be worse if it gets worse, and that would suck, but it's like, that's not my motivation right now. Like, my motivation is only the incredible outcome. I just want the incredible outcome. If you tell me that I can achieve the incredible outcome with the incremental change, then I will be like, all right, let's do incremental things. But if you're like, just like, incremental change will only lead to will only lead to like mid outcomes, I'm going to be like, mid, fuck, and I will probably like not even care about this, right? Probably a bad idea or a bad philosophy, but that's just how I'm weird. Okay, so yeah, that was like an example of what I wanted to say with this, right? So yeah, back to this thing, to start clearing stuff out, I guess. Then this one, party stuff. Like, in that moment I was feeling like I want a little bit of a party vibe, right? That was just like the tweet. the previous tweets were like, I guess, something about the song I was listening to while I was in my chair, right? So it was like, let's switch up the chair environment, in the chair plus room plus 3 monitors environment to a different one, right? A more, I don't know. Wasn't even sure which one. I just was like, no. I was just like, some different one. Yeah, it was these 2 tweets, right? I was like, basically, first of all, I don't know how to translate this. It's like, I don't know. It doesn't even, perrear is like this twerking kind of dance, I guess. And estar puesto pa, it's like to be ready for. So it's like, I'm ready for the twerking or something like that, right? Ready to move, to get a move on, something like that. I don't know. Invent whatever you want. And then the next one was like me moving my ass. Pompa is like a word for ass, which is kind of, I guess, funny to me. To the sound of Punto 40, which is a song by Raúl Alejandro, coming out from my HD 560s, sitting on my IKEA Marcus chair in front of my 3 monitors on a Thursday at 11:25 p.m. That was like that current mood, right? I could actually link that. So I was like, this is something I want, but it was like pretty concrete at that moment that I wanted, right? So it's just like, there is a sense in that wanting to be able to have like the pursuing abilities or whatever of what you want, agency, I guess. So underlying that, there is some kind of frame of wanting agency or something like that. But and in that concrete moment, what I wanted was, I guess, to like, I don't know, listen to music, to have a little dance, to, I don't know, to like be kind of in touch with my body or something like that, or I don't know, something on those lines, I guess. I don't know. Let's just write that, I don't know, something like object level being in touch with body. Something of an environment change, I guess. Even though I don't like the party environment, that's the issue, right? I don't really like that environment when I'm in it because I feel out of place. But maybe if you are like, if you feel in place within yourself, it's like you never feel out of place anywhere, right? I guess, right? That's kind of the thing, I guess. So, yeah, combining both, right? Because, yeah, you can feel in place, and for example, in my room, I feel in place, I guess. But I also sometimes feel like changing places, right? So, yeah, you can, if you are comfortable in and out of the room, you can go out of the room and feel comfortable, right? I guess that's how it works. I don't know. I'm not sure. And then, yeah, listen to music. I do like listening to music. And I do like this kind of rhythmical music, I guess. It's like, I find the lyrics funny too. They are always like very sexual. And I don't know, I'm not built like that, and I don't really relate. But I don't know, there is something spicy and that I do like, and that I do find interesting, I guess. And even if I don't like relate to the, I don't know, activities portrayed, I relate to like the fire and the vibe and all that. And then meta level is like be agentic, I guess. Maybe the being in touch with the body is actually like even like meta or something like that. And then what I wanted was like to get, I don't know, I'm not sure if I'm using the terms object level and meta level correctly. So I'm just going to put question marks here because I just want to. Yeah, maybe the object level thing would be like, no, I literally want to ride in an Uber for an hour to like some club or whatever, which I really didn't, I guess. That wasn't like the move, but all right, let's go to the next thing one. I'm tired of this one. Okay, bye and bye. I have this both saved here. Okay, I've seen this here. So I'm going to put them here. Okay, intro. Fuck. Video. Okay. Need to get a red Saab 900 turbo with Japanese plates expeditiously. And this is actually tied with the this one, the drive a car with a sunroof. So I'm going to put them together. So this is another experience-based thing, right? No, I'm not sure if this is an experience-based thing, but this one is, right? In this movie, in the movie of where this car is like showing, there is a scene where they are like, I guess, smoking, driving that car through like, yeah, it's like doing a road trip, driving that car and like smoking through the like, how do you say, sunroof? Yeah. Yeah, there's like this fucking beautiful scene of two characters like, yeah, smoking in the car and like putting the cigarette like to not dirty the car, because the car is like important to the character, right? So, and both people know it, so they like smoke in the car, but they like, yeah, hold that cigarette there, right? So I was like feeling that vibe from a couple nights ago. Plus, also, I guess the archetypical sunroof scene in movies, which is always very like that, right? Very like someone like going up out of the sunroof and being like, "Ooh," something like that, right? Or like yelling something of like corny or something like that. And I like that vibe. So this like is, I don't actually really, well, I do like that car as well, but I don't, it's like not the car I like the most, right? It's not my favorite car. This was like channeling that vibe, right? What I wanted to say with this, I want this car, is like, I want that vibe. The car, I don't really care about exactly this one, right? It's like this car would represent that vibe, and that's like the cool part of this car, right? That's like the story behind. That's what's cool about this car, is that story. So if you can replicate the story on other cars, the other cars become cool, like as well, right? That's the thing. But that car is also cool, aside from the story part. I guess like it's like the turbo. I don't remember the turbos are like the 2.3s. No, those are the newer ones. These are like 2.0s, I guess. Yeah, I think they're 4 cylinders, but I think the distribution of the weight is like pretty good, and the Saab cockpits are always very aerodynamically inspired or something like that, like very aero inspired, and yeah, they're cool cars in that sense. They're like famous for like architects, because architects fuck with them and all that, right? Let me look it up. Yeah, just looked it up. Yeah, front wheel drive car. So in that sense, the layout isn't like super crazy, and actually it was like kind of troublesome for mechanics, if I recall correctly. I didn't read that, because like the layout of the engine is such that it's good for like driving dynamics and all that, but it's not good for like reparability. I think it's like it makes it a hassle, and like maintenance also is kind of tricky, I guess, if I recall correctly. Don't quote me on this, but yeah, I guess what I was trying to say is that the car is cool, but it's like what I wanted is the vibe, I guess. So vibe of car and some vibe of. All right, I don't know where I paused, so I'm going to repeat stuff that I've said. So yeah, basically I said that I want the vibe of this drive my car sunroof scene. Well, I think I paused before the Saab thing, so yeah, essentially I like opened the Saab Wikipedia page and saw that yeah, the car is special, but what I wanted to replicate is like the vibe of the scene, right? The vibe of this thing. And yeah, essentially it's not like I want the red Saab 900 turbo, although now I do want one. Like I would like to see one because of the feeling that this transmits, right? That's what I explained. The car itself is not super special, even though it does have some special stuff. It's a front-wheel drive coupe, which now is rare, but before it's like it was another kind of like halo, not exactly halo, but yeah, like aspirational car coupes were like the aspirational car then. Now it's SUVs, but before it was coupes. So yeah, it's like this kind of aspirational car that kind of flexes a little bit, so it is special in that sense. But in concrete, this one, I feel the most special thing because of this. That's why it has to be red. That's why it has to have the like Japanese plates, right? Because that's what the vibe is. And yeah, essentially, what I said about this is that the vibe that I want to replicate, it's like, yeah, switching up the vibe of being alone in my room, even though technically I do be connecting with people and talking to people and all that, but it's not the same, right? I do be like socializing in quotes, but what I want, it's kind of like this, I guess, that kind of vibe, right? This kind of interesting adventure vibe plus, yeah, I guess one-on-one connection type thing or whatever. It's not like in this particular scene they are like romantically engaged or anything like that. And this wasn't exactly the vibe of the tweet. The tweet is like more all-encompassing of like it can involve that kind of vibe, but it also doesn't. It needn't involve that, even though that one is a subset of the other. Right? The romantic one is contained. Yeah, that in a romantic context is contained within that. You get it, right? To like this kinda adventurous type shit. Oh, okay. What I forgot about the party stuff thing is like saying, so why not, right? So why not? Which is like, why? So why didn't I just go party on a Thursday 11:25 p.m. alone? And I guess it's simply because of friction of deviating from like usual routine, right? From usual routine and partly money. Partly that and partly that I don't like partying once I'm there, right? So I don't want, like, if I know that I'm going to regret something, it's like, even though I wouldn't regret it, I've never like regretted partying, but it's like I have felt like I don't need to be here vibe there a lot. So it's like, why would I put myself obligatorily there, right? It's like, why would I voluntarily subject myself to that when I can just avoid it, right? And I think that night I ended up watching this movie, so it was like actually a pretty good night in that sense. But then, yeah, okay. So back to the drive my car thing. Switch up the vibe from being around to blah blah blah. So why not? Okay, so I don't own a car, even though I could use Matthias' car. Yeah, so even though I could use his car, he's probably far away, so yeah. So why not? I don't have a car with a sunroof. That's like the first thing. Don't have a car with a sunroof. And also, like, you cannot force this situation, right? It's like the thing of this is like kind of a consequence of something. It's like of owning a car with a sunroof / renting it, which I could do, but you cannot purposefully rent a car with a sunroof and be like, let's have an adventure. Well, maybe you could do that, but it's like, yeah, you cannot be like, let's do this exact activity and the vibe will come through, right? Or can you? Now I have the question, but like, what do you say? Hypothesis. You cannot replicate the activities and get the vibe, right? It's like you get a replication of the vibe, right? A parody of the vibe, I guess. If it is done parodically, you get it parodied, right? Maybe if you do it earnestly, like with an earnest replication with an earnest will of replication, maybe you do get the vibe. I don't know. A hypothesis that could be tested out, I guess. Okay. I think this is pretty done, right? Both, I would say this is like pretty done. So yeah, you cannot force connection. And then the thing that goes before this is like, with whom, right? It's like, who the fuck? And then with this is like, with whom, right? So if it's organically, like assuming this is true, right? You cannot replicate that. Then with whom will this happen, right? What has to be happening in order for this thing to happen? Road trip scenario, like organic road trip, organic connection with someone who somehow wants to be like, I guess, coming of age kind of type movie vibes. I don't know. It's like, yeah, lol. Like Homst wants like right, like whose company would lead to this organically, right? To this vibe. Like in the situation of the movie, I could explain. Not sure if it's spoilers or not. So if you want to watch the movie Drive My Car, spoilers, I'm going to say what happens in that scene. I mean, it's not really like super spoilery, I guess, but yeah. They are on a road trip from like the middle of Japan, Hiroshima, to like the north of Japan. And the girl is like a kind of driver that he gets assigned, and she's young, and revealed in the movie to be like the age of his deceased daughter's age would be like the age the deceased guy's daughter would be. So they have like this kind of father-daughter kind of bond. And yeah, essentially the yelling something doesn't happen, but the cigarette scene happens, and that's kind of like out of respect of the guy's car, but out of like the freedom of wanting to like light up a cigarette on this car and share this kind of moment after having like conversated on like why they are doing this road trip, which is like for profound reasons, because like her mom died there, so they're going to like the mom's place where she died, and well, and she could have saved her mom, but she didn't, and he could have saved another girl, and he didn't, and they both like have this confessional moment, but also like understanding bond, you know? So they have this kind of deep connection, right? So it's like, I'm not about to kill someone. No, not really. But like, well, actually, not really. But you get it, right? I'm not going to you cannot force these kind of things, right? These how things happen. So it's like, I cannot plan in advance to do this. I can say I want to do this, but I cannot be like, I'm going to do this, right? Unless the hypothesis is false, right? But yeah, I'm assuming the hypothesis is true from now on. Not from now on, but for the moment. But yeah, so far this is settled, right? Right. This was a joke tweet. I don't really actually want to do that a lot. It's not like some kind of goal. It was just some kind of feeling that I wanted to like not replicate, but to like, yeah. I saw some people complaining, and I was like, it would be funny if I could be like, what are you going to do with your pants? Maybe shit and come or something like that. But yeah, but it wouldn't hit. So yeah. yeah, and also it could be interpreted in a hostile way, and I didn't want that. In a too hostile way, because it is a little bit hostile. It's like shut the fuck up, right? It's like stop complaining about dumb shit. What are you going to do about these shit pants? But yeah, essentially, fun versus trade-off, not good enough, so discarded. Then, great sushi. This is actually one of the things that I'm like, fuck. This is kind of, I guess, what really wanted me to make the video, because, for example, this is 2nd of September. The TikTok I saw that I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I watched it, I think, yesterday, and the note, I wrote it yesterday as well, right? So it's like, because I had kind of this kind of vibe lingering over there. And I was like, I want to eat great sushi. I'm not sure where the sushi... a friend told me that he went to a sushi place, but not a good sushi place. You know, one of these like chain Asian in Spain. They're called like Asiatic, Restaurante Asiático, because they are like, let's fucking throw everything there, right? And they have like on it, and it was like a buffet, right? So it's essentially you pay $20 and 21 euros, I think it was, on a Sunday, and you can get like all inclusive, even drinks. So like drinks was like limited to just beer and like, but it's beer, which is kind of rare, I guess. Well, not sure if it's rare, but yeah, relatively rare. And also like soft drinks and those kind of things. And yeah, then it's like they have a section where you like take meats and all on fish and meat, and you can take it there for them to cook on the spot, which is kind of nice. But yeah, essentially it's not like super high quality stuff. It's like a buffet, and a relatively low tier buffet. It's like 20 euros per person, right? So I'm not sure where you're in the world watching this, but yeah, here in Spain, 20 euros per person is like not mega expensive. It's like not broke college person type everyday dinner thing, but it's not like insurmountable amounts of wealth needed for this, right? It's not like, or like not even like being relatively well off stuff. Like it's not like $50 per dinner. If you pay like $50 per person per dinner, it's like, damn, you went to a nice place, right? So 20 is like half of that. It's like, yeah, you can do that kind of every weekend, every couple of weeks, every month, something like that. And it's like, yeah, not every day, but like, yeah, expected. And like a relatively good deal if you like get full. You get it, right? And even in your country, if you're from the States, it's probably like even crazy, and like you can get Chipotle for like $28, I guess. So all inclusive $20 is like nice, right? So yeah, essentially what I wanted was not this, but it was prompted by this. He said something like that, and I was like, damn, I really want sushi, but I want good one, right? So I wanted great sushi. And yeah, essentially it's like I just want great sushi. I really wanted to have great sushi there. I don't know, something about the lightness of the food and like the freshness. I want that. I really want that. Yeah, so like straight up, I just want it to object level. Yeah, it's like I don't really want. It's not like I want to get to the financial place where I can fucking afford great. No, it's like I want great sushi. This one is like was like pretty plain, and then I start thinking about that. But like the desire is like fucking that simple. I just want fucking great sushi. Right? It's not like the drive my car thing, right? It's not like this other tweet where I was like, I just want to extremely complex thing that needs a lot of logistics behind that, right? No, this is I just want great sushi. This is like I just want the object level related things that it's not a consequence of I don't necessarily want. I wanted that. There are constraints, but like that. Simple. I just want to object level taste. Great sushi in on my taste buds. Fuck. I want great sushi. Then a couple of days after that, great Vietnamese food. Fuck. Then after some fresh sushi, now it's colder. Time to get some pho. Que rico. And then some Indian food. I put great, but with great Vietnamese and great Indian, I'm just basically like wishing, because I don't even know what that looks like. I've only had like regular pho from like a Vietnamese place, I think here or maybe in Germany. So I wasn't like even, I don't know if it was a great place. It was like cheap, so it was probably not like great in the overall like category of like Vietnamese tier of foods or whatever, right? It was like probably mid Vietnamese food, and I was like, fuck, this is tasty, right? So imagine what great would look like. Same with great Indian food. I'm picturing like the 15 euro menu from this Indian place in Lavapiés, kind of a multicultural neighborhood in Madrid. So I'm like, imagine what fucking great, imagine what double that would be, like 30 euros the menu. That has to feel like fucking bomb. Like the rice has to be so like warm, and the sauces has to be like, because the sauce is already fucking insanely good at like 15 euros. So like a 30 like the samosas, instead of looking like kind of freezer type samosas, they're probably like more freshly made, and like the batter is like lighter. That has to be so fucking good. But then it's like, so I was like, fuck, maybe I just literally need a fucking job, right? It's like, you get a job, you work fucking 8 hours doing something mid. It's like, let's assume I don't hate it. Let's assume it's just mid, right? I don't, like, it's not fucking watching YouTube all day, which has its downside, but which is something like that I do gravitate towards more. It's like something that I have to be kind of like forced, as in paid a lot of money to do. Well, not even a lot, like paid money to do. But that I don't dislike, right? It's not like I hate my days. I simply have to spend 8 hours doing something that is not kind of building wealth for me. It's building wealth for another person, right? So, but which is giving me some kind of skills, and which is, I guess, whatever, people do jobs all the time. You get it. I really don't know, but you guys know. You probably have a job. So I could just do that, move to a city, because in my town there aren't, right? So it's like, so why not? Right now, it's like, I'm not going to say no money, because I do have like to get sushi nice, to get nice sushi one time, but right now it was mostly that it's 2 a.m. because it was 2 a.m. Current day, let's say, then more or less like in this kind of sense, it's because it do be kinda expensive, and I can't really be like, fuck it, let's blow $50 on good sushi, right? It's like, damn, that would be like a hit on the bank account, right? And and also, so combination of things. And I don't live close. I could just take the bus, but if I don't have really money to pay for like the menu and all that, it's like taking the bus and all that, it's like a secondary concern. But if I had the money, I would be like, fuck, I really want sushi right now, but I'm living in this fucking house with my parents, and I have to go like 1 hour away, and I have to like tell them in advance that I want sushi and all this, and I'm going to get sushi, blah blah. So it's like more hassle. So like the living close to one sushi place, or like being able to get it delivered, would be like a good like friction remover for that. Right? Then secondary things. Then I started to go in like into maybe even that's like kind of the party stuff. This is kind of related to the party stuff, right? It's like maybe even like dressed up nicely, like put on a little blazer and maybe some suit pants or something like that to be a little classy, or maybe some kind of maybe even a more out there outfit and be like, yeah, eye catching or something that look like to feel like a fucking celebrity going to the sushi place, right? Maybe like make that a bit of an event, even, right? Something like that. Be a bit over, be a bit over the top as a treat. Then leave a nice tip, right? So be like, fuck it, yeah, fuck. I'm like, I got money and I can deliver it. Yeah, then go back to like the cozy space. Then you go back to your room, to your apartment, and you're like, this is cozy. You take off your fancy clothes and you put on the pajamas or whatever, and you're like, fuck it, let's eat. Maybe you even get some leftovers. You get the leftovers and you put them on the refrigerator or something like that. I don't know. I was picturing it as in with someone. This is like with someone else, with like a partner or something. But okay. And then yeah, so reflected ponderings, because I said I said just, and as you can see by this 40-minute long video that hasn't even ended yet, you can see that it's not just that I want many more things, but yeah, that would be a nice start. I think that could be a nice start. So yeah, maybe I do have to be considering the job thing a little bit more seriously and kill my dreams a little bit. Well, not kill, but like have them on standby, like put them to the side a little bit, maybe, because the sushi thing is really sounding very nice. So yeah, maybe why do I want to dress up nice? I don't know. I guess this is again to like, I don't know, feel like more comfortable outside, right? To like feel more comfortable, I guess, with my body too, I guess. It's like dress in something that I think fits me well and not care about others, right? So it's like be comfortable in my own body without thinking of what everyone else thinks, something, that kind of vibe. Yeah, so essentially this is like a bit of setting aside like social expectations. If I think, yeah, not caring if I'm overdressed or something like that, if I want to wear something because I think I like it, it's like, fuck it, I want to wear it. It's like, if it sparks joy, like Marie Kondo says, then I'm going to wear it. Even if it doesn't fit with the vibe of the place, or if it doesn't, whatever, right? It's like, I don't care, right? It's like, you can pull it off. If you can pull it off, you can pull it off. So that kind of vibe. I want to have that vibe. I mean, that's like a switch up from what I believe is my current vibe, which is not that, I think I'm not really that vibe right now. And I want to get there, I guess. And yeah, back to cozy space. Yeah, I don't know. This is kind of just wanting to like own my own place, not own, but like, yeah, to have a space of your own, I guess, that you can call your own, and that you can like retreat back into. Because my parents' house doesn't feel mine; it feels my parents. With my room feeling a little bit mine, but it is way too small, right? It's too small for me and all that, for all of me. No, but for real, it's like fucking small as fuck, right? I can't even like do yoga and like extend my arms like this without touching my bed, or right? It's really fucking small. Then, next tweet. Wonder how many years of alpha there are in like I flew to X just to get Y type YouTube videos. I was thinking about the sushi, but I think this actually belongs to like career goals, right? It's like, fuck, if I could achieve, the thing is that the conclusion of this was like, fuck, get a job, right? And you can be like, and you will be like able to get sushi, bro. just do that. Are you fucking retarded? Why aren't you not sending CDs everywhere, right? I bet you could get something, right? And my point is that I still somehow have this fucking sense of, fuck, if I could, like, get on the path where I'm going to unlock this path. Like, if I'm going to unlock this one, I would fucking love it even more to unlock that thing with... Yeah, if I could unlock the power of getting there and that unlocking the sushi thing, wouldn't that be so fucking awesome? Right? Wouldn't it be so epic to get to the place where I could make the video myself and... Right? Like, that's the fucking thing. That's why I'm not, like, getting a job, because I want to see if my current path right now kind of leads there on its own, right? Or leads to something adjacent to that. That's why I have these wonders. I wonder these things. Maybe I need to save up with a job before. Maybe I don't need that. That's the thing. Maybe I could do that other stuff that would get me to, like, adjacent places, right? You get it, right? Get it, like the traditional route, like Paul Miller's pathless path thing. I could go the default path, or I could go the pathless path. And if I keep doing pathless activities and still get to the fucking sushi place, that would be so fucking awesome, right? That's what I fucking think I want. I sound excited and I think I do fucking want that, but I'm not sure, like, how badly I want it, and I'm not sure what it means to want stuff, right? This is what I'm not sure and what I wanted to make this video for, because I'm not sure, like, exactly what that entails, right? I'm not sure, like, of the activities of the pathless thing, of all that, right? Of the pathless issue, right? Because the pathless issue being pathless, I guess, pathless. It's in the name, right? It doesn't have a path. It's like you have to fuck around and find out. And my way of fucking around and finding out looks like a lot of fucking around without a lot of finding out. Right? That's the problem. I'm going to fucking tweet that, actually. Yeah, okay, so this is under the pathless path umbrella. I'm going to call it that. Thanks to Paul for this, because, yeah, he's fucking insane. And fucking insane as in good insane, right? As in he's come up with this fucking concept that is, like, so short that has even alliteration with his own name, so it's like pathless path Paul. It's, like, so fucking brilliant. I guess it takes, like, a McKinsey type mind to do that, or, like, to get to that place, I guess. So, yeah, in this pathless path category, there is this: I flew to X just to get to Y. And the thing is, I wonder if I really want this specific thing, right? Because on the other pathless path thing, there is, like, this is going to come out soon, the announcement, but I'm currently already doing it, like, in the process of doing it. But yeah, there are more frictions that I expected, and yeah, which are making me kind of uneasy, I guess. I'm not sure if this will get watched by my actual client. It's a possibility. So if you're watching, hey, hope this isn't, like, bad or anything to say. I don't think so. I think I'm just, like, expressing what I feel, and yeah, I do be feeling, like, some kind of friction, right? I feel some friction on some stuff. I feel like communication isn't fully there, and I feel like I don't want to pry too much, and I don't want to, like, ask for too much stuff, and I feel like I'm not delivering enough, and all that. So I feel like a lot of different tensions and all this, and yeah, and even though I look happy in this video and I probably am kind of smiling and all that, it's like, it's not like that when I'm alone, right? When I'm alone and the camera is off, it's like, it's really a big worry of mine, right? I do get, like, yeah, anxious about that and worry a lot and wonder if I'm doing the right things or if I'm not doing the right things and all this, right? And yeah, so YouTube consulting thing. So that's why this thing, it's like, I claim that I want it, and I did want it and all this, but there are also a lot of friction and a lot of things that pull me again to the not gravitating to this path, right? I have had, like, phases of being, like, really into this and, like, really gravitated to that and, like, put all my thinking into that, but there are phases where I'm like the opposite, and when I'm like feeling a lot of friction and feeling like I'm not helpful and all these things, right? So, and yeah, and like there, I'm not communicating well enough, and like I'm not being communicated to well enough, and like I'm being ignored and all these things, right? And there is these tensions that making me wonder if I really want this or if I don't want this, right? And if I can handle this or if I can't. There are these things, right? Mm. And the time management is always a thing because I don't know. It's like the eternal dilemma of like the pathless path, right? If you're setting your own path, by definition, right, you are able to like shape your own story. So do I, no matter how I feel, it's like it depends on how I feel. Sometimes I feel like one thing, yeah, it's like the struggle between calling something cope or calling something, but that's the actual thing, right? Like calling something cope versus calling it the thing. Like the difference between something being cope and something being the thing is essentially the story that you tell about it, right? If something is, for example, if I watch YouTube videos to distract myself, but my job is YouTube consulting, it's like I can easily tell a story, which is that even if I need a break for it, I could essentially tell a story of I need inspiration for my advice, right? I could easily switch it up to that, even if it doesn't feel like this, right? So if the feelings are the only things that are like shaping the path, because that is pathless after all, you are shaping it. It's like it's you who shapes it. So who is me? Who is the me that shapes the path? Is it the me in the head? Is it the strategizing me that can retroactively like say, okay, let's disregard the feelings and let's just say the activity, and the activity does fit well with this, so I can say that me watching YouTube is actually inspiration for my YouTube consulting? Or do I go with my feelings and say like, no, actually this watching of YouTube was not intended to be inspiration, but maybe even if it wasn't intended, it actually turns out to be inspiration. You know these things, right? This is like the issue of the pathless path. And I say this very rarely because this is literally what happened, right? I was like, I don't want to do like the things I tell myself I had to do. I do other things, and then the other things turn out to like actually give me more inspiration to do the first thing, right? I watch some YouTube and it like brings me back to like, oh fuck, this actually would be so helpful for my client, right? And it's like, but I was trying to avoid that in the first place. So it's like generating the life that makes that more, that makes that cycle really, really, really strong, right? Is something that I really fuck with. But I'm not sure if the specific things that I'm choosing are leading to that cycle, right? I'm not sure if the I flew to X just to get to Y is a good, like making videos, clickbaity videos or something like that is a strong kind of thing. I'm not sure if I'm explaining myself. I want something strong like this, right? let's put strong thing. Minute 55, because it's around minute 55 before. Yeah, because this isn't a thing. Yeah, this is like a thing I'm actually doing. So this doesn't have like the I want. This isn't. Maybe I could just. It has been useful, but because yeah, I want. This could also apply to the pathless path thing as a wider category, right? And now to the I flew to X just to get Y. Like, is it literally all I want to do in life? It's like the thing is that there is some kind of way I could see myself making that a really main thing, right? If I already had the audience, but a really big audience, that's the problem. It probably only really scales. It has to have already scaled rather than it being the scaler, right? For it to be a scaler, it has to be like way more focused and way more like regular and something like that, right? And I'm not at that place right now, I think, right? Right? This is kind of the end goal. It's not the thing that scales me and that gets me there, right? Like taking $5,000 out of my savings to make this single YouTube video doesn't seem like a sustainable thing I can do for like 5 YouTube videos, right? I don't think the first video is going to be like so good that that it will pay itself off. That's the problem. But maybe it would. I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know. And yeah, I don't know. It's like I could see myself enjoy like being able to fit a lot of different things of a lot of the things that I want in my life into this framework of I flew to X just to get Y type of scenario, right? For example, I flew to X because the I flew to just to is like really powerful. I flew to X place just to see X car or to see Y car, or I flew to X place to eat X thing, or I flew to X place just to meet X person, right? All this is like really powerful. It fits really neatly with a lot of the things that I want to do, right? There are a lot of things that have this kind of flying there component, right? For a very simple niche thing. This is like a lot of my places I want to go list has a lot of this, right? A lot of niche things. That doesn't mean that I just want to do niche things, but it fits nicely into that like frame, and it could be exploited, let's say, in that way. But I'm not sure about how robust the thing is, right? I'm not sure how many years of alpha there are, so I'm not sure how much it makes sense for me to like think in this frame as something to I need X capital to invest in camera and trips for the next 2 things that I want to do, for example. And also I'm not sure. Yeah, that's the thing. Maybe I should bet it all there and be like, fuck it. I'm just going to do this until it works out. If it doesn't work out and I'm really at 0, I'm dipping. Like I'm getting a job or something like that. Maybe that could be like the move. Or maybe the move could be like, no, I actually get the job first and I save up and I keep my real savings saved. But I save up money for this and then I quit the job, right? That could be another thing. And Yeah. So ways to get there. Deplete crypto. Deplete stocks. Because cash I basically have zero. Work real job and save up. This is tricky because I would have to have first do a period of preparing for that, because I would want to get a job that gets at least somewhat paid. I cannot go into like how I naturally am, I guess, right? I would have to like polish stuff to like fit myself better into other people's boxes. That's the thing that bothers me the most. That's the thing that bothers me the most. Because I'm not a good box, right? I don't look good in a box. That's the thing that I say. If I looked good in a box, I wouldn't have as much trouble doing that. I'm not the person that looks the worst. I'm not homeless. I'm not a homeless drug addict that literally has no degree in nothing technical or anything like that, right? I do have a degree in something technical. I do have like computers for a long time, and I could like make up some story. Like there are some things that could make me like from a distance look nice in the box, but once you like look there, I'm not sure if I could fool HR and a technical team into accepting me, right? Into saying, oh yeah, actually you look fucking great in this box. Let's pay you money, right? I'm not sure if that could happen. Right? That's the problem. That's the problem. If I thought that could happen, or if I found a happy medium, that I thought that like developer relations was like the happy medium. That's what I was thinking before this YouTube thing. So maybe I could lean back into that, but I'm not sure. Or yeah, I could like work odd jobs to coast while I wait for serendipity. Bad plan, but it could work. Or I could work more. Well, no, it's not strictly serendipity. It's also like the YouTube consulting thing and all that. Or work more jobs and less consulting things, right? Less serendipity. So like use the odd jobs to like build business skills, I guess. So like freelance as a math tutor or whatever, right? Do these things. And this is where I'm at. Oh, and then yeah, I also wrote like more physical goals. I want to remove all the hair. Yeah, this is essentially I want to laser myself. Well, not laser, get lasered. But yeah, my excuses are that I have no money. Plus, if I had the money, it would feel strange to like go to a place to get it done. I've never done it, and there's like some friction, and I feel like self-conscious about people still like seeing me naked and all this. I don't know. And also there are like home IPL machines, but I don't know if they work for the beard, because I want to get rid of the beard too. But yeah, I don't know if like I don't want, if I lived at home, they are more like achievable. I could like save up even in these odd job ways. I could save up for one of those, right? But yeah, I'm not sure if I would like to. I'm not sure if they work on the face, and yeah, because you have to collect cover. I don't know. They are strange. And also I would be self-conscious of like spending a lot of time in the bathroom, because I think you will have to do it on the bathroom, or like I don't know, I'm not sure like if logistically it makes sense to do it in your parents' house. I don't know. There shouldn't be a lot of problem with that, but yeah. Then I want to lose abdomen fat, and this is like a vanity goal. These are also vanity goals. Maybe it could be categorized in another way, but it's mostly vanity, I think. So yeah, it's not like, and the posture thing is also vanity, right? The thing I want to get good posture for is also vanity. I want to look good. It's an aesthetic reason. I want to look good. That's the only reason why I do it. The hair thing is look, but also feel. I prefer how it feels and all this. But for example, in the beard, it's really how it looks. I don't really like how my beard looks. I don't like how spotty it is, and how it doesn't really grow as a masculine thing, and how it really looks bad in a less masculine thing, right? So I don't like it. And then to gain strength, I would like to get especially core strength, and this is kind of like, I'm not sure if vanity. I don't really necessarily like a six-pack or anything like that. I don't want that, but I want to be strong enough to or I don't want big biceps either, big biceps. I don't want to do a lot of push-ups or anything like that. Well, that I would prefer, but it's not that. It's not aesthetically motivating. I don't want my biceps to look good. I want to be competent. I want to be able, for example, to go climbing with a friend and climb stuff. That kind of stuff, right? Or I want to be able to sustain myself like this on the ground for more than 25 seconds without fucking dying, right? Yeah, so a lot of this is core strength. And this, we go back to this kind of, to this, right? I wonder if incremental change that leads to incredible outcomes is real. I don't really even need incredible outcomes here, right? I could just gain strength little by little, and I would kind of maybe be happier with that. But yeah, I would want to gain strength in these kind of senses. And also in a couple other more senses, but I'm not going to talk about those here. Because it's been an hour and 8 minutes, and I think that's enough. Bye. This is a video of my, fuck it. This is a video of my 100 video series. Fuck. You can watch, if you want to watch more 1 hour long videos, there are more. Not a lot, but yeah, I guess at least 4 or 5 hours you can watch videos of mine. Maybe even more. Probably more. Way more. There are 83 videos. Probably a solid 40 hours you can watch. And yeah.